What the hell is with recliner seats in theaters? Sure, it's comfy, and I have more room in a chair than a dangerously obese TLC guests have in a bed. But every time I'm seated in a reclining symbol of American slothfulness, it makes a light bulb pop up above my head. And then I start to think, I could do this at home. Sure, it wouldn't be a shiny new film, but it also wouldn't cost this much. I'd have the entire theater experience at home. Comfy chair, heart-stopping extra butter popcorn, and as much Lone Star beer as I can handle. Plus, Brittany wears these PJs that are a little too revealing for the modern theater crowd. Cutting to my point. Things have gotten so weird that we're getting dressed up and going out and dropping $50 to about $100 to do what we already have at home. So if technology, or studios for that matter, are one day able to bring new movies to our living rooms, what happens to our beloved theaters? Maybe it's time to go back to the drive-in. Or maybe I'm just a chubby beer-drinking guy complaining about chairs.
Night of the Horror File. You're all invited.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
You're so annoying.
I know.
I do not know why I spend my time with you.
Because I'm a lovely, lovey human being.
You got a good dick.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Night of the Horror File.
Damn it! Had a feeling that was coming. Oh.
You walked into that one. Oh, no, that's not a good one. That's not a good joke. Anyway, so welcome to Casual Horror number 2. Casual Horror 2, the sequel. Casual Horror 2, the revenge. What's another one? What's another tagline?
Annabelle.
You failed us all. You failed us all.
Did you hear that?
That our neighbors with their trash can?
That's the thunder.
We've got like thunderstorms. We got bugs outside making fucking noises. It is Oklahoma, everyone. Anyway, welcome to Night of the Horror File. I'm Lee. Over there is Brittany, the annoyed one. And welcome to Casual Horror number 2. And what we do on here, if you're just joining us, is we just kind of... We're not doing a movie. We kind of talk about a little bit about a movie maybe one of us has watched at the beginning, and then we go on into some headlines and we discuss some just horror topics in general. So, I guess I'll start out. We watched Lords of Chaos recently.
Yes.
Which, it's about one of my favorite black metal bands, Mayhem. Who, God, I could devote a whole podcast to my favorite bands, but so I won't get into that. But what'd you think of that?
I liked it. Except this is all based in
Norway.
I was like,
Yeah, it's Norwegian black metal, which I think I know what you're getting at.
Yeah. None of them had accents.
No. It starred who is that? Rory Culkin? Yeah, yes. Which is Macaulay Culkin's brother. That's funny. Rory is hard to say, but Macaulay is fine. I can get that one down. But yeah, none of them had Norwegian accents. And Rory, to his credit, he does try a little bit, but it's weird. It's not. It takes you a little out of it.
I actually would have liked that movie in subtitles.
Yeah, see, like, get some Norwegian actors and stuff in there and have it in Finnish, or whatever language they speak over there, I forget. But, no, and I really thought, I liked the movie, but I didn't like it as a biography of Mayhem and Euronymous and Varg Vikernes, who's a fucking asshole, but that's a whole other story. But I just didn't like it as that. I liked it as a movie itself because, like, I don't know. I expected so much more, especially since one of the guys who played in an actual black metal band during that time is the one who directed it.
Oh.
Yeah, so I expected more. But so that's Lords of Chaos. It was all right.
I give it a 7.
Yeah. And it's not really a horror movie, but that's, that's what we watched recently. So, I mean, you can count it as a horror movie. You count the death scene at the end where he sticks the knife through his skull, but.
Or the death scene where the dude kills himself and they're taking pictures of it.
Dead.
Yeah.
Man, I love it.
Pictures.
You got to watch Until the Light Takes Us, which is the documentary about that. And, God, every time they talked about Dead, every time somebody said something about it, they were always like, yes, Dead was very depressed. But yeah, so Dead was, it's an odd time. But yeah, go look up the book, Lords of Chaos. It's okay. The book's a little misleading, but go watch that documentary. So, moving on, we got quite a few topics to talk about today.
Woo woo.
Why don't you jump in?
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
The first thing I have is the sequel to Doctor Strange will be Marvel's first horror movie.
Oh yeah, that's the kind of rumor that's been kicking around that it's going to be it's got some horror elements in it. I'm kind of excited to see what they got going for us. There's even rumor that the new Blade is going to pop up in there somewhere. But
oh, see, we like DC. Well, we like Marvel too. But
yeah, DC's been letting me down though.
I know you want a standalone Batman. That's not what this is about.
Just give me a fucking Batman movie. I mean, Marvel did it.
Okay.
Marvel gave us a few regular movies before they got into the Avengers.
Okay.
Goddamn. Anyway.
That's a rant for another day.
Right.
I've heard it too many times.
We're getting off horror topic.
But I did not watch the first Doctor Strange. Surprise, surprise. But maybe I will if the second one is a horror movie.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it sounds pretty cool.
Sure.
So, did you watch the trailer for It Chapter 2?
I did.
Yes, it looks really good. So, guess what the runtime is on this son of a bitch?
I saw it's 3 hours.
Yes, over 3 hours long. And
Yeah.
that can be good or bad. See, the last movie to that length that I sat through, I think, was one of the Lord of the Rings sequels. And I wanted to just die.
I have a hard time. Well, I have a hard time with an hour and a half. So it'll take me probably 2 or 3 sittings to sit through this movie.
Yeah.
Unless
definitely.
we go. No, I'll still fall asleep in the theater. Let's not lie.
We try not to waste too much money on ticket prices.
'Cause I fall asleep. I can't help it.
Yeah, so we try our best not to waste too much money going to the theater. Mostly that, and we have 4 freaking kids, and they're not at the age range where we could just load them up and go see a movie, which I can't wait for that.
Yeah, you take him to a movie.
My parents took me to so many scary movies.
That's fine.
I'm
I'm fine with that, but...
So anyway, yeah, 3 freaking hours is what we're looking at. We're definitely going to go see this one because we saw the first one.
God damn it.
Yeah, I know. You're going to have to sit through this with me, but I don't know. They're talking about it like it's going to be like the best horror movie to ever come out, and I don't know. So
we're going to see the 11 a.m. showing?
There you go.
Okay.
Whichever one that you're more awake for, we'll go see that.
It's a toss-up.
So okay. I do have a little topic to bring up here. So the Soska sisters, I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
No.
They're Canadian, and they're
eh.
actually identical twins. They're writers and directors and producers. And they host Blumhouse's Hellevator. Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's them.
Okay.
And so they remade Rabid, which is a David Cronenberg flick. It's actually one of my favorite Cronenberg movies. And man, they have had a fucked up time lately on Twitter.
I was about to say, did I hear about this on Twitter?
You probably heard about this because this was a big thing. They kept getting banned for basically they put on their profile, the banner you can put up there.
Mm-hmm.
They kept putting a banner for a horror convention.
And they got banned for that?
They kept getting banned for it.
Why?
It was fucking ridiculous. I don't know.
I see vaginas and
I know.
assholes on Twitter all day long.
I know, and I've seen literally 10 buttholes every day. I don't know why it's all buttholes. I support all our sex workers out there.
And if that's what you want to do, that's fine.
But I don't see why they got banned. I mean, they didn't post like a beheading video, a real one. No, they just posted an image and it had special effects. And so I'm like, what the fuck, Twitter? And it's not just them. It's kind of the horror community in a whole. There's some horror actresses and stuff who aren't even verified on Instagram. And it's just weird.
That's weird.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on, especially women. It seems like it's the women.
Twitter hates women?
Maybe. Oh, shit. Are we going to get sued?
I mean, I wasn't saying Twitter hates women. I was asking a question.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, fuck. Slander.
No, I was just asking a question.
I have no idea. It's a weird occurrence. I'm super stoked to see how their Rabid's going to shape up. Because like I said, it's one of my favorite Cronenberg flicks. And so to see it remade in someone else's vision is kind of exciting for me. I don't know. Hopefully Twitter leaves them the fuck alone for now.
I hope so. Because it's great promotion.
Yeah, right. You sent me an article about the Fred Durst movie coming out.
Yes.
With
John Travolta.
And
Jesse Eisenberg. And Sebastian Stan.
Yeah. And wow, that's a pretty good lineup.
It's called The Fanatic.
Yeah, that is a pretty good lineup. Off topic here. It does seem like every time I talk about John Travolta at length, he brings out another movie. Am I helping?
Are you manifesting?
Am I helping?
You're
Am I manifesting Travolta?
Sure. I mean, even though he already had this in the work for probably a couple years.
Still, I think it's from our Carrie episode is what I...
Oh, that's what did it.
But
Travolta's like, yep.
But yeah,
play a bad guy.
I'll read the little review. I mean, it sounds interesting. Here's a little synopsis thing. Moose is a rabid fan. Fuck, I fucked up already. Moose is a rabid movie fan his name's Moose?
That's our son's name.
Rabid movie fan who is obsessed with his favorite celebrity action hero, Hunter Dunbar. When he is cheated out of his opportunity to finally meet Hunter, Moose gets a little help from his friend Leah, a well-connected paparazzi photographer. Wow. I can't read. I can read The Raven at length, but I can't read a synopsis. Go check out that bonus episode, everybody. Anyway, long story short, because that is a long synopsis. But he basically, John Travolta's character breaks in dude's house, starts stalking him, gets all fucking crazy. And it's directed by Fred Durst. And I'm
a little confused.
Very Ooh, Devon Sawa is in it too.
Yeah, Devon Sawa.
You never know who that is, even though I've shown you so many. Final Destination? Fuck, you haven't seen anything.
I've seen some of the Final Destinations.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's the main character in that first one.
Oh, yes. Okay, I remember now.
Plus, he's in... Oh, he's got to be in a movie you've watched.
Yeah,
SLC
Final Destination.
Punk?
What?
Have you ever seen SLC Punk?
I've never even heard of that.
Okay, it's a Matthew Lillard thing. Anyway.
Ooh, I do like him, though.
Yeah, he's in it. That's a good movie. We got to watch that sometime. But yeah, the pictures. Have you seen the images of John Travolta?
Yes, I did see the images.
Now, okay, I get what they're going for. Just weird fanboy kind of thing, I guess. I don't know. Is this what Fred Durst thinks fanboys look like stalkers?
I guess.
But the haircut he's got.
Oh, yeah,
is so insane. And that's cool, I guess. But my favorite thing is with John Travolta lately in movies he's been in, why does it seem like he can't just let go and be bald?
Because he used to have wonderful hair.
And it's great. But a lot of actors lose their hair and they're fine with it.
But he used to have great hair.
He did used to have beautiful hair. Maybe he just can't let go. But it seems like I feel like I would take him so much more serious if he just went bald and got rid of that stupid fucking wig.
I don't know.
Travolta, if you're listening, which you're not.
No.
Dude, get rid of the wig. Just go bald. It's hot. It's hot now.
It is.
You would look god bald. You got to check this
The
out.
Rock?
You got to
Have
check
you
this
seen
out.
Jason Statham?
Yeah, see? You got to check
Vin
this out, though.
Diesel?
Look, I found a picture of him. Like somebody made him to what he would look like bald.
Oh God,
It looks good.
I can't. Are you showing it to me?
Oh, I forgot. There's a fucking computer in
I
my way.
was like,
Can you
what?
see it?
Oh, that's not bad.
See, that's what I'm saying. Just go bald, Travolta. Fuck. Get some action roles. Well, better action roles. I refer back to Pelham 123, where he literally, one of his lines is, "Lick my bunghole, motherfucker." So it's directed by Fred Durst. I'm curious to see how it turns out. I fucking hate Fred Durst. I hope this didn't ruin a chance of a collaboration with Fred Durst, but I just have never liked Fred Durst. And I don't count the time when I was in middle school and I loved that. What was that Limp Bizkit album everybody was listening to?
It was at Nookie.
No. They did it all for the Nookie.
Is that not them?
No, that is them, but
I was right.
yeah,
Okay.
you're right. But I don't think it was that song was on that album, that Chocolate Starfish album, which is
I don't know.
anyway. Everybody
That's the
had
only
that album.
song I know.
That it seemed like in middle school when we were that age, middle school age, it seemed like that Limp Bizkit album and then the Linkin Park album came standard issue.
Oh yeah.
Like I owned both of those albums, and I didn't really care for either of those bands at the time.
I was so mad because I traded this boy on the bus for his Linkin Park CD. No, my Linkin Park CD and his Green Day CD. And he never gave me my Linkin Park back. But then I fell in love with Green Day. So I was mad about it for first.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, I got a cool CD.
Well, so what else you got for us?
A new show that I want to watch. Typewriter.
Oh, yeah.
It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original, and the only reason why I want to watch it is because these shows and movies that they put out on Netflix that say so scary people can't sleep, blah blah blah. I hate when they say that.
Yeah,
because I want to watch it and be like,
well, you know
this
what
was
happened.
stupid.
But you remember what happened when we watched Veronica, the one that was supposed to scare us so bad we were going to leave our house or something?
Yeah, that's what I want. I
Yeah,
want to
but
make
you
fun
know-
of it.
I mean, have you ever noticed? And yes, we will make fun of this. But have you ever noticed all these ads that you see with "so terrifying people can't sleep,"
Yeah.
or here's one, "terrifying take on organ donation," or "looks disturbing as fuck"?
None of it is disturbing.
What
terrifying.
special is new Netflix series about a gay man with cerebral palsy? Anyway, but have you ever noticed it's all Netflix shows that are saying this? Conspiracy
Yes.
theory.
Yes.
Conspiracy theory. Netflix is fucking just putting these things out here because I've
Duh.
actually read reviews of some of these shows and they're not good.
Well, the thing is,
Except for Haunting a Hill House. That was actually decent. I liked that.
Netflix is coming out with all original shows. That's in movies. That's what they want. They want Netflix to be a Netflix only thing. They're getting rid of everything, but all the other TV channels or whatever stations and things are making their own streaming, like the Disney. And what's the other one I heard about?
I heard Warner Brothers and NBC are
Oh,
making
yeah,
their own.
NBC. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking of. So all of those are coming up with their own streaming service, and Netflix needs to compete with that. And so they're competing with it by making their own movies and their own shows.
See, this is where the whole streaming thing loses me. Because I don't want... A few originals is fine, but now they're going to make it to where basically it's cable again.
Right.
And it's going to be terrible because it's different apps.
Right. Instead of just one place.
Right. So it's like, okay, now we're paying $400 for all these things.
Well, the thing is, to me, though,
Uh-huh.
I like it better than cable because I've always said I wanted a, like, a la carte cable.
Right.
And this is giving you that.
It's true. It really is. It's the closest you can get to that without. I mean, Sling is kind of like that, but every time
It
we
was
get
too
Sling,
much.
yeah, it's just cable again, and then I realize, oh, I don't watch anything. So.
Right. Like, I want to be able to watch when the Disney thing comes out. I love that. I will watch that all the time.
Right.
Hulu, we love that. We watch that all the
Mm-hmm.
time. Showtime. What's the other one? HBO.
Yeah.
We don't watch that one as much, but I don't think we pay for that one either.
Which one?
HBO.
Oh no, we pay for HBO.
Oh, okay.
It's
But
just,
we don't watch it all the time.
Yeah, but I watch a lot of movies on there. That's mostly
true.
what we have
That's
HBO for.
But like, I like being able to pick those individual things. And the only thing I'm missing
Mhm.
that I like is MTV. And
Right,
that's
right.
just for my shitty reality that I like. The reality dramas.
I watch
And-
some of those with you. They're not bad. If you want to just tune out and not think about anything, those are pretty good shows for that.
Right. But I substitute those with like Big Brother and stuff.
Right.
So, and YouTube is a huge thing.
Oh yeah, YouTube.
I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube.
By the way, we're slowly integrating into YouTube.
Yes.
I think you can find episode 7 on through
the
whatever episode
YouTubes.
this is. What are we on? Episode 12? 11? 12? Are we on 12? Anyway, we forgot the number of our episodes, but you'll be able to find from episode 7 on. And so we're on there. We'll have a lot more goodies as we go, as we get more equipment and stuff. We're kind of
Right.
on a budget. But
Balling on a budget. We're trying to
what
ball
is that
on
thing
a
I keep
budget.
telling you? I keep texting you every day. Are we balling yet? Like, are we rich yet?
Yeah, and then I check our bank account.
No. Our bank account is laughing at us.
So between Lee's long-winded rants and spiels about who made and painted this particular severed penis, I like to check on what is streaming where this month. Shudder has Raising Cain starring John Lithgow, the first 6 Elm Street movies, and Joe Hill's Nosferatu. Over on Hulu, they have the first 4 Final Destination movies, as well as the 1981 slasher My Bloody Valentine. Switching to everyone's favorite cancel-happy streaming service, Netflix, you can now find the movie Horns and the Jodie Foster thriller Panic Room. And also, just go ahead and finish Stranger Things or watch it again. And in physical media news, Arrow is putting out an American Werewolf in London on a limited edition Blu-ray set coming October 28th. You can catch an early bird pre-sale for about $27. Well, that's all I have for you. Now back to the show.
So, man, Shudder is just kicking ass, speaking of streaming services.
Oh yeah, that's the number one.
Yeah, that's I fucking love it. The update of the app they did a while back is great, and like you can just pop it on, and it's like a horror TV channel on there. It's amazing. But so Shudder is obviously bringing Creepshow. That's an original they're bringing out with. Man, that's shaping up to be really good. And then of course, season 2 of Joe Bob.
Oh, I'm so excited. When does that start?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know yet. But
they haven't announced it yet.
But you're gonna have to start live tweeting with everybody.
I'm not good at Twitter.
It's okay.
Can I
mean, you
live-
just do what I did and just drink a 6-pack and tweet everybody.
I just don't know how to tweet.
I will teach you.
Can I live Instagram? Is that a thing?
I think that's annoying. it's just like
keep Instagramming.
30,000 pictures of me drinking beer. Stop taking pictures of me.
Oh my god.
No, I don't get sloppy with Joe Bob on TV.
It's business.
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 Yeah, business up in here.
Oh my god. Speaking of Instagram.
What? No.
Speaking of Instagram,
Uh-huh.
I've seen so much about Halloween the movie
Oh, yeah.
coming
the
out.
2 sequels are kicking out. Okay. I'm excited because we're getting more Michael Myers. All these old slasher dudes coming back, I want that. I'm cool with that, and I want sequels. I don't want remakes and reboots.
Right.
I did love the last one. There's a few issues I have with it, which eventually we'll cover that, so I'll save that for then. But my thing is, we're getting more slashers. Great. It seems like they're more concerned with just making sequels to the originals, which is, again, great. I don't know how I feel about these names. Because, okay, they're saying that there's basically 2 sequels coming, and that's it. Or that's the plan. Hopefully that's the plan. I don't need 8 more Halloween movies. But there's Halloween Kills, which is the sequel to our 2018 Halloween. And then there's Halloween Ends.
Ooh, it ends.
Yeah, it's supposed to, and John Carpenter, I don't know if it was him that said it, but it's been stated that, like, this is going to be the end of the Laurie Michael arc in the movies.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, so...
I had questions.
Yeah, so...
My questions are they going to die? Or do you think they're going to die? And is this going to be the end?
I don't... It's so hard. Because this last one, they made it to where Michael kind of almost died, but he could have got out of that fire. It's never... They never want to kill the slasher. They did that to Freddy, and we all saw what happened. It's hard to just cut it to where it's the end of everything. So that's where I'm like, is this what are they aiming to end it, or are they just aiming to end the Michael Laurie arc? Like, is Michael going to survive and Laurie dies? Or are they both going to die? Quotation marks. This is an audio medium. Nobody can see me making quotations. But yeah, so my thoughts on the whole thing. And I'm excited, like I said, getting more, but I'm really curious to see how they draw this one out. Because, I mean, technically, I would have been fine with just the last one being the last Halloween movie we saw.
No.
I just thought that movie, there's one big chunk of it that I could fucking do without. But again, we'll save that. It's one big chunk I could do without. But the whole movie in its own, it was almost a love letter to the original. It was a nostalgia train, too. And combine that with, it was a loving sequel to John Carpenter's original. But here's the thing. I think in order to do sequels to that and make them good, they need to go fucking balls to the wall with it. They need to get a little crazy. I don't want 2 more movies of a nostalgia trip. And I'm afraid that's kind of what they're doing. Because they're already saying in Halloween Kills, Tommy's coming back. So, yeah, they're saying Tommy Doyle is rumored to be coming back. And that makes me freaked out a little bit. Because, like I said, nostalgia train? Are we hitting the nostalgia train again? Because I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I don't want it. I want Laurie in there. That's cool. But I don't need the throwbacks. Like, is it just going to be throwbacks the entire time again? Because that 2018 one, like I said, loved it, but it just felt like I don't want that again.
Okay.
I don't want the same thing.
You only have to say
I'm
it like
very
700
passionate about
times.
this. I will say things 100 times if I want.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So 2 more sequels are coming. That's supposedly it, but we'll see. These slasher dudes, these 80s slashers and 70s slashers, they're never going to stay away. You're always going to get a reboot.
That's fine.
But I do like that we're getting these sequels. These sequels is what I want. You don't need to reboot these. Just make another one. Just make another Nightmare on Elm Street where Freddy's killing people. We don't need to go back and start it.
And it doesn't
over.
even have to tie into the one before it.
No, it doesn't. We don't need it. But anyway, that's I could spend the whole podcast talking about slashers, but we won't do that to you. Let's move on. Let's talk about well, I mean, where are we going with the show so far?
I think this is what we're doing.
We're doing it. We're doing it right now.
I don't know. I'm confused.
Anyway, so we got some stuff coming up that I was wanting to talk about. And as I don't think I've been talking about it enough. I feel like I haven't got the word out. But this coming October for Halloween, we sat and we kind of talked about, like, what the hell do we do for a Halloween special? Our whole show is Halloween.
Right.
Our whole show is horror movies, so we can't do a horror movie special or something like that. It doesn't work that way. So what we had talked about is maybe doing like a special episode where we read some scary stories.
Yeah.
I thought that would be fun. We would take turns reading scary stories. And I was wanting, and if we can't get anybody to do it, that's fine. But I was wanting some of our listeners maybe to submit a few. Like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs, just little short stories that we can read on air. People can consume. I thought that would be fun. If you want to do that, just send it to horrorfile1987@yahoo.com. And again, that's horrorfile1987@yahoo.com. And be sure to include your name or whatever name you want to go by. If you don't want your real name on there, that's fine. But, something that we can credit you with, because this isn't our story. So, and we want you to get the credit. And if you have a store you want to plug anywhere that people can buy your books, if you're an actual writer and have published material, include that too. We're big on credit here.
Yes.
Another thing, I just wanted to. It seems like we're getting a little following, and I don't know. That's really spectacular. It's pretty cool. I've heard nothing but good things so far. No one's told me to go fuck myself or anything yet. I just want to take the time to thank whoever's listening. Like, if you're listening right now, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Again, that's the best thing you can do to support the show, is you listen and share. And so, anyway, that out of the way, after the Halloween special, which I have some other surprises for everybody during October. That's secret. But
it's so secret, I don't even know.
It's secretive. We'll make it a porno.
Oh, no.
Oh, no?
I
All right.
quit.
Well, shit. Sorry, everybody. But
you can do it on your own.
Nobody wants to see me. Anyway, so after Halloween, after the month of October, once a month, you're going to get a little short, scary story once a month. Me or Brittany will read it, or both of us will read it, depending on what it is, what the content is. But I also want those to be listener submitted, like little short stories and stuff like that. Or so if you're a writer, or if you know a writer, get in touch. Like, I love everyone's writing out there on the Twitterverse and everywhere, in the mutant family and the horror family. It's amazing. There's a lot of talented people out there. But okay, so we talked about Halloween Kills. We talked about Fred Durst's project. I'm still in shock that Fred Durst is directing a horror movie.
Hey, maybe it'll be good.
It might be. I mean, I never thought Rob Zombie's horror movie was going to be that great. I loved Rob Zombie's music, but I didn't think the horror movie was going to be great. And look what we got.
Right.
I love all of Rob Zombie's movies, even the ones I hate. I just love them. And you know what? To segue into something here, let me talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series. That series has been fucked 5 ways that you don't even want to view on the internet. It's been ruined. We had a good start. The perfect fucking movie. It's so good. And we are going to cover the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to get into it. I'm going to hold back. I'm sorry, everybody. I talk a lot. But we had that one. You had the second one, which is a fucking genius movie, even though someone told me recently that was a dumpster fire, and I've never wanted to hit someone before, but the second one was great. Third one, yeah. That's when it started getting a little goofy, because the third one was, I think some people involved in A Nightmare on Elm Street were involved in making that, and it's really weird. Like, go watch the trailer. If you've never seen the trailer, that'll explain that whole entire movie, because the trailer is basically Leatherface standing outside a lake, and the chainsaw comes out of the water like Excalibur, and he grabs it midair and the lightning strikes.
What the fuck is
so
that shit?
bad. So that's the third one. I think it's called The Solace Family or some bullshit. And I think it's just titled Leatherface. Anyway. And then you had the fourth one, which... Okay, I'll give the fourth one some credit because once you get past the fact that you're not going to be watching anything good, it is really neat to see Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger in really early roles. So the fourth one's terrible. Third one's terrible. 4 is terrible. Then we got the remakes. That first remake was great. Again, I was like, oh, this is good. It's cool again. It was a good movie. It wasn't the original one, but, I could go on about that. And then the second remake was a prequel to the remake. And then we got Texas Chainsaw 3D, which is supposed to be a sequel to the original movie, but the whole movie doesn't make any goddamn sense. Movie after that, which is just called Leatherface again, is a prequel to all of that.
What?
Yes. So, and like I said, we'll touch on all these movies later on in our show, but...
Maybe you're watching them out of order.
No. Well, I think Leatherface came out after Texas Chainsaw 3. But anyway, so here's my thing. And the reason I'm going on about Texas Chainsaw Massacre is I want Rob Zombie to make a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Oh, that would be cool.
I want him to fucking do it. I don't know why he hasn't. I don't know why he remade Halloween instead of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, even though his Halloween movies, I like them on a whole different level, but we'll discuss that. Just make a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie for me, please.
Maybe he's scared.
I don't know. I don't know if he is. I don't know. I mean, we're getting good shit from him, except for 31. I like that movie, but I don't like that movie. I don't. It's a touchy subject. But... So walking out of the theater here, have you heard about the Blair Witch game?
There's a game?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I did hear that.
I wasn't sure how I felt about it because they have made games in the past. There was 3 computer games that came out, and they're exploration horror games, kind of like in the Resident Evil vein, if you know those games.
Yeah.
They were okay. But they weren't good. Like, they were terrible games. But the stories were pretty cool. But anyway, so yeah, they're making a new game. It looks like it's exploration horror, and it looks really good. And you know what? I am alone in this, I feel. And maybe I'm not. Twitter me, everyone. I feel like I'm alone in my love for the Blair Witch movies.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm somebody who doesn't like point of view horror.
I won't watch it because it's point of view horror.
I think you said, didn't you tell me that makes you sick or something?
Yeah, I was really mad that Cloverfield movie was like that.
Right. There are movies. I liked that they only did one Cloverfield movie like that. All the other ones are regular movies.
Yes,
like the one we watched with John Goodman.
Yes.
God, that was good. Why hasn't John Goodman won an award? Like an Oscar?
Maybe he has.
He's another one. So many people don't win awards. Wow, I'm going off on tangents. I'm sorry. So anyway, yeah, this game's shaping up to be pretty cool. There's a lot of good horror games coming out. Dead by Daylight is one I play a lot. I go back to a lot. Ooh, and the Friday the 13th game. Shit, I can't forget about that one. So I got a question the other day by somebody I work with. He listens to the show. Shout out to Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Hi. So anyway, he asked why we aren't doing any big name horror movies. And thing is, we're going to get to them. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to touch on one big horror movie a month and all the rest kind of smaller horror movies. That's why we did, what was it last month? We did The Conjuring, which is our big horror. I mean, everybody knows about the fucking Conjuring.
Right.
And but we also did like
Carrie.
Yeah, we also did Carrie, which is kind of a big one, but I think by now it's kind of obscure to some people. Carrie, we did I Spit on Your Grave, which is probably the most obscure movie we've done. Teeth, not very many people have known that. You know, we try to incorporate a lot at once. And another thing, we haven't even done any exploitation films or any grindhouse movies and stuff like that yet. And I got a special thing coming for that one, but we'll announce that later on.
We have so many.
We have a lot of stuff, cool shit coming.
Like there's so many options, I guess.
Right. A lot of cool fucking shit.
And when we started this, I was like, can we do like 100 episodes of just horror movies? And you're like, we could talk about it for years.
We can do this until one of us dies, which is probably going to be me if I keep drinking the way I do.
Pick me.
No, we could do this till the end of time. But the thing is, I also want to throw in some extras because we don't just do this for ourselves. we're trying to be entertaining too. So we'll have a little extras coming at you and stuff like that.
Trying. We need feedback. That's the number one thing.
That is. We could use
positive
feedback.
Constructive.
Or negative feedback.
Negative.
Shit, tell us we suck. I don't care. Just something.
Right. Just something.
But so here's my thing. Because another thing I was having trouble with when we first started was how do you explain what we do here? Because we're not exactly reviewing movies.
No, because we're not rating them.
Yeah, because it's more like a love letter to the whole horror genre. Because like I said, there's not much you're going to hit that I don't like.
Right.
But here's the thing. The best thing I can sum it up with is what we do here is we're your drinking buddies. Friday night comes, or Friday day, whenever you want to listen. Our shows usually hit 5 a.m. every Friday. We're just talking about horror. You hop in, whatever vice you're on, whatever, and you just hang out. That's what we're doing. We're just hanging out talking about movies. Wow, horrors. Blah, 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 blah. Horror movies. And the best way I can explain that is I'm talking about Joe Bob again, but you take Roger Ebert and Joe Bob and compare the two. Roger Ebert's reviews and the stuff he talked about movies, I didn't feel like it was inclusive. You didn't feel like you were there, like he was talking to you or anything. You just felt like somebody was rattling off some facts about why a movie sucked and why it didn't. And that's not what I wanted to do with this show. What I think we are doing is more about Joe Bob's way. It's kind of an inclusive thing. You feel like you're grabbing a beer with a friend and we're talking about horror movies.
That's exactly it. We want to be your friend.
Yeah. So we're not really a movie review podcast. And that's why it's Night of the Horror File, a horror movie podcast, because that's it. But like I said, we got a lot of extras coming for you. And thank you for listening. That's the biggest thing.
Yes. Thank you very much.
And I hope you really enjoy these casual horror episodes. We do. It's a nice little loose way to talk about some upcoming stuff and things we're excited about. And speaking about upcoming things, next week we are hitting Brittany's first zombie flick.
Dawn of the Dead?
Dawn of the Dead.
I had to think about it for a second.
You paused a little long. I was like, yeah, all right.
I forgot for a second.
So here's the thing about this is you've watched The Walking Dead.
Yes.
And a few other zombie things like Shaun of the Dead. And what else have you seen?
Zombieland
and stuff like that. The thing is, all those shows, that show, those movies, they all take their shit from George Romero.
So he started the zombies.
He's the granddaddy of the zombie movie.
Granddaddy?
There were zombie movies before that. You had White Zombie and stuff like that. But you didn't have Dawn of the Dead and Night of the Living Dead, which really did start it off. Night of the Living Dead was... Oh, that's such a good movie. But we're going to do that later on. But I really wanted to just get you in the shit of it. And that's Dawn of the Dead, because that is epic. Yeah, so that's what we're covering next week. We are doing Dawn of the Dead with Ken Foree and George Romero, and Goblin is back.
Oh, Goblin.
Yeah, Goblin does some music along with Dario Argento. Which I'll talk about that. Argento really did help get this movie up and going. So, yeah, so until next time, stay spooky, love each other.
Stay horrific.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I don't know. Hey everybody, that was another great episode. Thanks for joining us this week. Be sure to come hop over on Twitter, find us there. You can just talk to us and tell us we suck, whatever. And be sure to hop on over to Instagram and also our Facebook page.
Be sure to leave us a 5-star review wherever you listen to us. iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, anywhere.